Alrighty, my hack enthusiasts, it's Crypto Mux, and I'm going to be showing you how to set up Android for web pen testing in bug bounties. So, first thing we want to do is we want to open up a new tab, and we want to download Genie Motion, our personal edition. So go ahead and download that. This one here. Go ahead and click on Download Genie Motion Personal Edition. Create an account, sign in, and simply just download the application without VirtualBox. That one right there, 36 megabytes one. And when you do that, you have to create an account and stuff. You will be presented with something like this, which is the Genie Motion software. And you'll be able to choose, well, they're called templates, but different like emulators, different phones you'll be able to test and test out our Android apps and figure out what the vulnerabilities in them. I want you to do, just to make things work, as a custom phone. And when you click on custom phone, you just set it to like it was, just leave everything default. You can change the processor to 4 if you want, and go to install. When you install it, you'll get this custom phone up here, and you just turn it on. And then what you want to do is you want to open up Burp. So we open up Burp as we've got a packet captured here from. So open up Burp, and with Burp you want to go to Options, and then for your proxy listeners you want to go Add, and you want to make sure that the binder addresses all device or interfaces, and then just put a port here like 8082. And I've done that there. And with that, we can then go to our emulator, and then we can go to the settings of the device. So we go settings, and then we want to go to Wi-Fi. Okay, and then we want to hold down the mouse button and click on we want to hold down our mouse button on wired SSID. We want to go to modify network, and we want to choose our show advanced options, and want to type in our IP address for our machine. So if I do a CMD, it'll be this IP address here, like that one there. And then just type in that there, add in the port, and then from there onwards, we just open up a browser, and then type in, Burp, because it will be listening at the moment. Burp like that. Actually, sorry, HTTP Burp and then a /. And then what you want to do is you want to download the CAA certificate, and then you want to just go into the downloads folder and install it, and it'll ask you to type in a PIN, and then you should be all set to go. So this will work with mobile devices too, but if we just go to some random site, like say, we'll go to unity.com. Alright. And we'll turn on our proxy, and you'll find that by clicking on that in the browser, and clicking on this, say, don't know what that button is. Obviously you need to change the resolution, which is something you could actually do. And it's captured that packet, that request. And now onwards we can just send a repeater and start testing out. Now one good tip is a lot of IDORs, like there's so many IDORs on mobile devices because not many people test for IDORs on mobile devices. Now insecure direct object referencing is when you might say have like a shopping cart, or you might, better example, you might have a view transaction that might be given a number as a 0001, right? So you've created an account, you bought something, and you want to view your transaction on it on the specific endpoint, say view trans.php, then the transaction is transaction view equals a number, right? And if that's your account, you're viewing your own transaction on your own account. But say we increase that transaction ID by 1, so it would be like, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be our transaction, we increase it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That will then, if it's vulnerable to idle and it has no authorization checks, nothing, we should be able to access that other person's transaction. That's an idle. That's when you access things or post on behalf of users or do an action on someone's behalf without their permission, without any authorization, and it views it. And IDORs come in different forms. There might be a file name that references a PDF. That could be an IDOR. If say there's a PDF and it's a secret document or something. or it's the current user's document of some sort they uploaded. That might be given in a form like 1.pdf or 2.pdf, or there might be some pattern to the name, and you can change that, figure out the pattern and change it, and you might be able to view someone else's secret document. IDORs are so common, but they're not really found that much because you can't automate them, So I use a tool called it's not on here. Oh yeah, here it is. Autorize. I use a tool called Autorize and Auto Repeater. So you'd obviously need 2 separate accounts. So this is when you would have 2 instances of Genie Motion opened, and then you'd have for instance, you might load another instance. Let's see if we can do this actually. Can we load 2? No, we probably can't load 2. But we'd have 2 tabs. Or we might use our browser we might use our browser and have a user agent. We might change the user agent to make it a mobile. So you might change it to Chrome, and you might have it as Android. Choose an Android. Now we run this Firefox instance as an Android user agent. So it'll be thinking it'd be like an Android application. It'd be like running Firefox and Android. Then you might have one account in here and the other account on the Android emulator. This could be called the victim. This could be called the attacker, and that could be the victim. And then you would basically, for the victim, this one here, you would reload the page, and if you're logged into this website, view the page and copy the cookie in Autorize and paste it here. And just save it and turn on Autorize, and make sure you add scope items only. Then what will happen is we'll test every endpoint and we'll swap the cookies over, and if you get a 403, so for an example, if you turn it on, you just reload this page, and the keyboard should all work fine too, so the keyboard should work in the simulator. So if you get this is not enforced, so this would be something to look at. So this mod zone, it's nothing interesting, it's just an iframe. But if this had enforced, then it wouldn't be vulnerable. Enforced usually will have a flow 3 as the modified response. So you're looking for things like is enforced, and you'll test those endpoints. With Auto Repeater, if you find a number or something, like an ID, then what you want to do is you want to add a base replacement, change the attacker's, you want to change the request type to request string, and change the attacker's ID to the victim's ID. So you put match the attacker's ID everywhere in the request and replace all. So everywhere in the request you want to replace the attackers with the victim. So the attacker's ID go there, and the victims will go there, and it will just swap them over. And then if you get a 208k bonus, you might have an idle. But if you get a 403, it's unauthorized and you haven't got permissions to access that object or something. So I hope this gets you all set up for Android pen testing for Burp. Very basic. I would rather do it in Genie Motion emulator, so do it on your device. It's easier. So I hope this lesson was very useful. Next one we'll get into actually testing an application and stuff. So I will see you in another video. Yeah. Happy hacking, brothers.